Well, it's actually really nice right now before the sun's come up. Just starting to see some light on the mountain range there. If it could just stay this temperature all day, it'd be perfect. I get the windshield cover on before the sun comes up, keep the heat off that glass. I was actually really dreading coming into this heat, but it's not as bad as I was anticipating. Kind of adjust to it. Not ideal by any means. I'm very much looking forward to getting up into higher elevations, into the trees. But this is quite an extreme difference from where I was in Alaska sitting on a boat in a river. Now here I am out in the lava fields, high desert of California. From temps in the high 50s to low 60s to now temps in the 90s. Okay, so here's my take on Moco Loco Hawaiian dish. Did rice with a burger patty, and I did diced up mushroom gravy, fried egg on top with some green onion. Let's try it out. I like that yolk nice and runny. There it is. Let's give it a try. Get everything in one bite, the egg, the burger, the rice, gravy, the egg yolk. Dang. Well, I spent 2 nights here at this Fossil Falls campground. It was nice being right at the base of the mountains here. Hot as heck. Today it's already 97 degrees. It's just afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. Just going to go about an hour up the road to Lone Pine, California. Hopefully I can find a camp around there. I do need to stop in town and hit an auto parts store and get a few more groceries and possibly some more water. I'm going through quite a bit of water in this heat, so I'm going to try to keep all my jugs topped off whenever I can. So it's time to get back on the road. The adventure continues. Okay, let's make our way on out of here. Well, things have dried up pretty well here. When I first pulled in here, about 15 minutes after I got here, there was some pretty heavy flash flooding. A lot of this area was underwater, but it seemed like by the next day, today is 2 days later, it has pretty much all dried up. The area is really hard pack. I just wasn't aware of that when I first came in. Just trying to be cautious, so I did evacuate for the first night and then came back the next day when I realized Really just drove about a quarter mile up the road here to the asphalt, so not too big of a deal. Made for an exciting first camp after being back on the road from my seasonal job. So we're gonna get back on Highway 395 heading north towards Lone Pine, California. That is referred to as the Mount Whitney Portal to a lot of people that hike. It is the tallest peak in the lower 48 here in the US. Home to Alabama Hills, which is where a lot of old movies were filmed. Big for rock climbers and that. So we're gonna go check out the little town first, and then I'm gonna look up some camping. Away we go. Our road right here, Whitney Portal. Take us into Alabama Hills. Got mixed information on dispersed camping in Alabama Hills. They're, I think, just talking of shutting it down, but you still can do it. There's been some areas that are closed to camping, but you can still go back far enough and find dispersed camping for free. See what the road looks like after the heavy rains they had the other day. Go check it out. Okay, I think on the other side of this hill here is where the dispersed camping starts. Past one spot that was marked camping just beyond this hill. So I think this is where it all kind of begins with the current setup here. Well, I'm going to scout out this little side road here. See a sign with a tent, but I can't tell if there's a line through it or not. If it's no camping or camping. Cruise up here and find out. Yeah, there's hardly any camping out here anymore. This looks kind of deep. Pretty sure I got the clearance. I don't scrape. Nice. That trailer to the test there. I'm going to pull around here and camp in this spot. This guy's kind of left it open. Yeah, it says day use only beyond there. I'm just going to park right over here. Just pull through. Though I'd like to pull through the other way. Okay, well, we're getting a little break from the heat this morning. We got some rain that came in last night. It's kind of lingering. It is just drizzling. Slept in a little bit because it's just been so much cooler. Made myself a little bean wrap here. I'm gonna step outside in the drizzle. This was just a light rainstorm forecast, so I'm not worried about the flash flooding like I was in my last camp, although there was some warnings for the area. It was kind of passing right by here, but look at the clouds on the mountains. So cool. And I am back to boondocking. I am out here all alone. I don't see any other vehicles out here. Well, I just feel so good to be back out here doing my thing. This is really my preferred way to camp without established campgrounds. Just out dispersed camping, boondocking, if you will. It's just my favorite. I love being kind of separated from everything. Oh, I could eat my food before it cools off here. Just wanted to step outside. I think I'm going to find a rock to sit down on. It's not too wet, and enjoy my breakfast. Okay, so here we are coming at you from my camp in Alabama Hills, California, near Lone Pine, California. Scored a sweet spot here. It's worth the drive coming out this way. I did have some camp neighbors when I pulled in. There's 2 sites here. You have to park in designated sites or camp in designated sites. They're trying to just minimize the impact. They get a lot of visitors out here to Alabama Hills. So yeah, these folks have taken off. He was a nudist, walking around nude the whole time. Had a very good tan, head to toe. And I'm over here, was able to pull straight through here. Not the best angle for getting shade with the sun, but it is nice and level. And I'm just enjoying the heck out of my stay here. Being right at the base of these mountains here, it's just an awesome view. Plenty of stuff to explore. So I'm going to be getting the motorcycle out today, do some exploring around here. There's tons of off-road roads that you can use to explore the area. And then I'm going to run into town as well, give you a little glimpse around town. And yeah, it's just been an awesome stay here. Well, we're just out exploring today. There's a pretty extensive network of little off-road roads that you can take. Most of them you could probably do in an SUV. They're actually pretty nice. I just kind of winded my way down here. The main movie road is off in the distance. Just kind of came through all these boulders. It's really neat. Most of these roads kind of wind through the big boulders and then kind of end up where it just dead ends. You can see the size of that one up against my bike there. Well, this is so fun. There's a ton of these little roads that just spur off one another. You can really get lost out here. And I see there's a couple SUVs taking a lot of the same stuff I'm taking. It's definitely doable to explore in almost any vehicle. And it just puts you out right at the base of these giant boulders. This one you can tell is used for rock climbing. You can see some spikes in it reflecting off from the sun. Little path here. Yeah, it gets bigger the closer you get to it. I've tried some rock climbing. It's really not my thing. It just takes well, rock climbers are a special breed. Yeah, you can tell this is a good spot. There's another face over here. You can see some spikes in it. And this guy over here, probably people practice on, and this is the granddaddy. I really don't know how high that is. 50 feet maybe? Maybe more. Well, I've been immersed in the boulders there for a little bit of the exploring, and I came up over this ridge and opened right up to the mountain range there. I believe Mount Whitney is up like this point. I don't know if it's visible or if that's a false summit. It's behind there, but I believe it's right up in this area here. And there are a couple big houses in this valley right here. One there, look like big homes. And then another little plot of land with a fence and a truck and a trailer, a little RV. And looks like there's water running right down here. I believe that's Tuttle Creek. Could double check. Actually, I don't think that is Tuttle. Tuttle's the next one over. This is something else. But anyway, the main road is just right down here, so I think I'm going to use this as an access spot to go into town real quick. Show you guys around there. And then I'm going to come back and probably kick back for the heat of the day. It's approaching here shortly. I think the high is supposed to be 96 or 97. So just trying to get out earlier while it's still a little cool. And it's actually pretty tolerable right now. Well, we took a ride down into Lone Pine. We'll give you a little look down Main Street here. Kind of a classic little small town. Very short strip. No real major markets or anything. There's just the Lone Pine Market. It's pretty small and expensive. A few hotels, a couple gas stations. Gas going for about $5.89. And right from Main Street here, you can look to the west and see the mountain range there. Pretty neat. All right, so we took a short ride over to Tuttle Creek Campground. This is a Bureau of Land Management campground right near Alabama Hills. It's kind of heading, I guess, south away from Movie Road over where I'm dispersed camp. But I would say it's probably about as much of a distance off of Whitney Portal Road, just heading south instead of north. And it is $8 a night per site, $4 if you've got the Golden Age Pass. So we'll go take a ride around the campsite. It looks like all the sites are right along Tuttle Creek here, which I can hear running. So there is water there, even in the middle of summer. And it looks like they've got a lot of sites, 81 sites total. So a lot of room here at Tuttle Creek. They are really advising people. They're trying to discourage dispersed camping. Say that fast. Discourage dispersed camping. Over in Alabama Hills, they really want people in the campgrounds to reduce the impact on Alabama Hills itself. So it looks like they have dumpsters here and a dump station, an RV dump station. I don't know if they have fresh water here. We'll check it out. But for $8 a night, pretty nice. You're right at the base of the mountains here and just a short ride into Alabama Hills there. So let's go check out the campground. Well, this is actually a pretty nice campground. They have a lot of sites in here, 81 sites total. So you do have a neighbor pretty close to you in most spots. There's another site just right there across the way. Quite a few vault toilets spread out throughout the campground. They do have water faucets, some marked drinking water, some marked not for drinking. You pretty much have a view of the mountains in every site. And some sites are right up on the little creek here, Tuttle Creek. We'll go take a look, see how it's flowing. Yeah, I'd camp here for $8. I don't know that I'd spend more than a couple nights, but that's kind of my threshold. Anything over $10 I really don't like paying for. There's a decent amount of water running here. Nice. Could filter that for drinking water for sure. Let's see how cool it is. No, that water's chilly. That's coming off the mountain. Well, that is a welcome sight when you're out in the middle of the high desert and it's 95 degrees. Cool. Well, I'll have to keep this one in mind. Tuttle Creek Campground. Well, I found this little side road here. I thought I'd go down and explore. And it's this little area tucked right in these boulders all around you. And look there's actually a camp spot here. It's a designated camp spot, and there's one more just beyond right here. So there's only 2 spots right down this road here. And then the road dead ends here. So this could be yours. I don't know if I'd like camping in here all surrounded like this. A little claustrophobic, but man, it's pretty neat. Be fun to climb up on there and get the view off the other side. It'd be fun for maybe one overnight. Maybe I'll come down here my last night. Pretty cool though. Have this whole little area to yourself. The sunset is just amazing this evening. I'm gonna step back away from camp. Camp neighbor that's flying a drone right now. Guess they're trying to get a shot of this spectacular sunset. Look at this. Just amazing. This has been such a great stay here. I think I've been here for 4 or 5 days now. Time has just flown by. Pretty amazing. I'm going to kick back and enjoy the rest of this sunset. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate you being here. I'm trying to get caught up on video stuff here. I had some technical difficulties behind the scenes here, so I'm getting back on track, scrambling to gear up for this motorcycle trip across Washington State with Kelly. So we're doing a lot of planning and stuff behind the scenes. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you guys soon in the next video. Hope you're all doing well out there. Peace.